Hey beauties, morning to you. You know, in life we have to be careful what we do to people, because that thing can come back and haunt us and beat us badly. No, in the whole Joylan or whatever his name is, Silvera's murder saga there, of his wife, in which he has been charged for or charged off, whichever one. I think in 2017 I noticed the Warlord, bounty killer, posted something that was done in 2017 by that said man, basically saying, and I'm putting it in our terminology so that for everybody to understand. So I'm paraphrasing. I cannot believe this is what JCF has gone to use one who has beaten his woman with a hammer and one on murder charges. That is, the original gold teeth, front teeth, Dan Gag and Ninja Man, And look at that. He's now charged officially for the murder of his own wife. Be careful, people, how you look to sing people, especially publicly. Be careful of how you look to sing people. That is why even with this situation, I cannot prove if he did it. All I know is that if he has done it, he's not only going to be dealing with the laws of the land, he will be dealing with the laws of God. Because the problem that I have with many people, you know what? I've often said to people, hit out against injustices, hit out against unfairness. Do that. But don't be quick to get into people's personal lives and talk as if you were made a creme de la creme human and everybody else they were made less than. Everyone else was made less than. Like God said, okay, this human I'm going to make, the cream of the crop, and you will be like bush. Will be like some like a burnout grass. We're all made equal. Although the equality wouldn't go for every little thing, as it relates to the gender now or the sex, man and woman. We perform differently, perform different roles. We understand that many of us, whether you're male or female, we have different talent, skills, and abilities, But someone go on like, no dude can make patty. No behave like no dude can make patty and meatloaf. Huh? The way how to behave when infractions and misconducts of other people are conducted, the way how somebody, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people must not be held accountable, especially on evil acts. But like a comment like that, I didn't even know that comment was even posted. What the JCF gone to a murder. I look at what has happened. Look at what has happened many times. Sometimes when you hear people vociferous on certain things, you have to watch them, Look at that bounty killer. Make sure to find that, because he probably remembers it. Because in his head, he's probably saying, boy, imagine me, I try to change my life. I'm trying to be a better man. The same with Ninja Man, But, when things are, I call it like a systemic thing inside of somebody. When it is in your soul, it's difficult to change. It is difficult. People only think it's only people, what you call like sexual perversion, like they're the only one. No, it doesn't matter. Once it is a bad habit, it is difficult to change. You're all hard to change. Hard to change. The enemy might put a little bit more emphasis on one if he knows it can accomplish something that he wants specifically. But all bad habits, they're terrible. They're difficult to change. And it takes sometimes years before you see that transformation in people. And if they come up, because the reality is that I remember when Ninja Man was out and Bounty Killer, and they were trying to, say, boy, Ninja Man had to say, boy, I know I did this, I did that, Ninja Man and Bounty Killer. And they said, boy, I'm really on a different path. And I say, you know what, I respect that. I respected that with somebody for me personally. When you see somebody making a move towards change, embrace them. Because it takes guts to come and admit some serious infractions that one has committed. It takes guts to say, listen, this is how I am. I'm broken and I need help. When I see people do that, automatically I feel compassion towards them. Because none of us are perfect. Not one single solitary one away. If God were to just reveal all of the infractions and the misconducts that we have committed in our personal spaces, let me tell you, many people would have shiver and shake, because they give off an impression as though they're perfect. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that we don't hit out against injustice. There's a place for there's a time for everything. You have to hit out against injustices, unfairness, wickedness. Don't get me wrong, we have to. But balance it. Balance it with compassion. Balance it with, and don't be like you have some people who take a set on people. They take a set on people. They take a set on people and call names. That's why sometimes I speak general and people say, you know, I remember one comment say you keep on speaking. I said, I don't want to be beating down on one specific. I don't believe in that. And I don't believe in beating or you beat on the actions. Not the people. That is why I tell people I don't say I hate you. I hate the actions or the attitude. Because people name people that just as how they can change or regress, become worse, they can actually be transformed and become better people. Totally different. Completely different. I have a friend who said his brother treated him so bad when he was younger, badly. And life hit that brother, reached that brother. Life. And he said, Toni-Ann, my brother took a 180. Totally different. Not to say he's perfect. Nice. Very nice. I cannot believe he's the same human being. So give people the room for change and transformation. And they were on that path. You know? Because, I mean, if a man admits his own infractions and him say, I want to be better, work with him. Because you are not perfect. No matter how you think you are, you have some terrible ways. You know? That needs work. You have some terrible, terrible ways that needs work. Come on, man. Yes, beauties. So, you know, we all should execute compassion and be careful. Ensure that what you're doing, your motive is right and it is done in love. Love doesn't mean your voice has to be squeaky, squeezed, and ridiculous. Hit out against injustices, hit out against unfairness, but balance it with love and compassion. Be fair in what you do. Be very much fair in what you do. Because you don't want when the roll is called up yonder, your name is not there. You don't want a case where, you know, there is a scripture that says, if you're correcting somebody, do it in love, lest you fall into that very temptation. Some versions may say, lest you fall into that very trap. You know how many people that has caught? Because them act like them do they can make meatloaf. They act like them do they can make patty. Like they're flawless, like they're blemish free. And they're absolutely not. And don't get me wrong, you know, as I've often said, notwithstanding, you know, we must hit out against injustices and we must hit out against unfairness. I personally believe in that. You follow? So, you know, I don't know. The Warlord has spoken. The Warlord has spoken. He feels vindicated. And I can understand that feeling. I can understand that feeling. When the feeling of vindication. When somebody, he said, you know, he probably said to himself, imagine, look come here, try to be a better man. I've admitted my infraction. I've admitted my misconduct. I've admitted my wrong. And trying to turn a new path. And this is a comment he's going to make, and look at what has happened to him. He's now charged for murder, not just of a regular, but as a regular human being, somebody who is not connected to him, but his own wife. And people, it's a fairly recent marriage. The gleaner that I read it, he said he had gotten married December 12, 2015. Recent, under 10 years. Under 10 years, my goodness gracious. Under 10 years. Right? And even Ninja Man, I knew he was trying. You know, he really was trying. He really was trying. I saw it. You know, he's a man that I like, and really humorous. And the Warlord, I like when they're being interviewed. I like to listen to them because they come with some good points, you know, even though they might talk away. But, you know, at least we understand as Jamaicans. We definitely understand as Jamaicans and see there. But that's why them have a saying, we say, when you dig hole, dig two. And I've often added to that saying, when you dig the two, are you and your shadow go drop in at the hole, them, not the person. They might skid and slip a little bit, but they're going to get it back. They're going to be like that donkey when the person was throwing dirt. The donkey just use it as a ladder sort of a thing, or a stepping stone to come up higher and higher. Be careful. Hit out against injustices, hit out against wickedness, hit out against unfairness. Don't hit out against people. Hit out against their actions, but make sure you do it in love. And as I said, love can come hard if it's necessary, but soft skills. Ensure that your motive is right. Ensure that there's compassion. Ensure that it's not a matter because you're jealous, envious, or you hate the people or the person. Be fair. You understand what I'm simply saying? So the Warlord has been vindicated. He has been. because he knew he was on a path of change. All right, guys, so follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.